This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe. And let's get right into the news. Well, Cameron tortures Charles Barkley for saying he lost his soap while he was washing himself with hotel soap. He says, "Buddy, we use washcloths. What are you doing with this soap?" And he's like, "You're too seasoned to be just using a bar soap. You got to use a washcloth." And come on, man, this is a little spooky. Charles Barkley always sets himself up to be, he always does that on the show he's on to get teased. Shaq does the same to himself too, but it's funny. It's funny. It's all good fun. Jay-Z performed yesterday for Louis Vuitton in Paris to promote Basquiat and Warhol's exhibit. Of course they would. Why not get the guy who's trying to be like Basquiat? Look at Jay-Z is trying to be like Basquiat for the past 2 to 3 years. He's bought a lot of his paintings, tried to be like him, try to act like. I mean, come on. 50 Cent pointed this out blatantly last year. People were already saying this 2 years ago. There's nothing wrong with it. Jay-Z's still Jay-Z, but he wants to have this. See, people really liked Basquiat, and he was in these he was very accepted in these crowds, and he wants to have that same feeling. And sometimes people can portray to be a certain way or emulate somebody that attracts certain energy and stuff because they want to have that same energy attracted to them. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Jay-Z's a master manipulator, right? Ice Spice says, "I don't know if I fit in. I think that's what makes me so different. I feel like I'm in a new lane." As she started, "You didn't start any new lane." And she says, "I don't want to have a cosign." And then you signed to Nicki Minaj and do a song with Nicki Minaj. That's average. I'm going to tell you, it is. Nicki is very elite, but has dumbed herself down a level to kind of fit in with what's going on now. She has. Facts. That's what Nicki's done for the past couple of years because people can't handle lyrical Nicki. They just can't. She's still lyrical, but they can't handle what she's truly capable of because it will go over people's heads. It just would. Sometimes you got to kind of take yourself down a level for creativity to fit into what's happening right now if you want to sell, And she started her own label and she's doing things strategically now. She's proven herself. There's nothing left to prove. She just wants to prove herself as a label owner now. Monique is taking Paramount and CBS to court seeking the Oscar-winning actor and comedian. Comedian says they're unpaid royalties for her sitcom The Parkers. Ooh, I'm sure there are. Lil Wayne and Chance the Rapper hit the studio, and they're going to give us something that we don't want. We don't want any more Chance the Rapper getting lifted up by other artists. I'm sorry, Chance the Rapper. Even the "You Don't Want No Problem With Me" song was trash. People listen to it for the other artists on it. I don't, Chance the Rapper, I'm not impressed. Never have been. It was a moment. It seemed like he was being promoted. He had some deal. He had to have had a backdoor deal with Apple or something because they were pushing him like crazy. And they were, I don't know what it was. And sometimes you don't know these deals that go on because it's to promote something like maybe Apple Music or whatever. A lot of deals happen with Apple and Drake. Remember Drake? That was public. He had the Apple jacket on and everything. I mean, they were pushing that at a moment, and he might have been the artist that made it on Apple Music, independently. Supposedly. I don't know. Made a ton of money from it. We'll know that. Bad Baby and Boyfriend. Bad Baby has rebuilt herself in the with her money. She's dating this guy. They're tattooing themselves. There's nothing more ghetto than tattooing your significant other on yourself. I did it myself. You regret it later. I regretted it. Still do to this day. It's and is just, and I always vowed I would never do that until I was in my late 20s, and I did it like an idiot. I had a weak moment. I have weak moments every once in a while where I just act like a dumbass. Ja Rule claims that him and 50 Cent are cool. No real beef. Nothing would happen if they saw each other. It's just like they just don't get along. Nah, you came for his career, bro. You tried to end his career, and it ended up ending your own career. You and Irv Gotti. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one.